Hey everybody, it's Ozone, and I'm back here on the arcade mode server in my little hobbit hole. Now, I haven't done a whole lot of work. In fact, I still feel like I need to finish this area out a little bit, and maybe I'll do that this episode. But I just got done running a vault. Yeah, I try to run vaults in between episodes, right? Because we can't do everything on camera. The progression is pretty darn amazing. I ran 2 vaults actually, and they were both amazing. See this right here? Yeah, it's a scavenger crate. I completed a scav hunt vault. I was really surprised that it happened, and really glad, honestly, to finally break the curse of the scav vault. Now, I'm sure scavs will continue to be a pain in my backside, but at least I know it can be done. I know it can be done. It's just a matter of I know that I can do it, because that seems to be the problem, doesn't it? Anyway, let's watch a little bit of that right now. Yay, it's another scav. Ornates, woodens, and gildeds. Okay, gildeds. Livings. I'll take livings. I like livings. Ornates. Well, this level it seems to be doing pretty good. Now, there is a turn-in here, and I've got the saddlebag. So let's do that. What else do I need? Black and 2 spider charms. I've got 2 spider charms. Let's turn those in. Yeah, I need a lot of papers and a lot of black mob essence, which I guess I'll go ahead and turn them in because why not? Well, that room was really pretty good. I actually feel pretty good about my chances of finishing this scav now. Because, yeah, all I need is woodens and... Oh, what do we got? Old West room. Lots of gildeds, which now I don't need. Maybe we'll come back to it. I need lots of woodens and lots of mobs, although that Old West room would probably be good for the mobs, honestly. So let's just try to find all the woodens. All right, well, we got to turn in. Let's see how we're doing on this stuff. I got the black mob essence, so let's go ahead and turn that in. And I've got a number of the papers, but not all of them. So I'll just turn them in and we'll just go from there. We got 2 more papers to get. This is the first time in a long time I felt optimistic about one of these scav vaults, quite honestly. Did we happen to get them? I got 1. 10 minutes for 1 more paper. That is pretty doable. There's my ripped page. That's what I needed. Okay, well, let's get the pages out of my hotbar. Oh, do I want to try to go back to the other room? I should be able to find a lot more of these turn-ins. Okay, here's this room, but I need to find the turn-in before I come back and spend any extra time there. And I thought there was one in this room. Yes, there is. Okay, so now I can spend like 3 minutes in the Old West room seeing what I could get. You guys can't fit through there. Ha 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 ha. Alright, you know what? 1:40 left. I don't like to cut it this close. I don't like to cut it very close. So let's go turn this in and see if we can loot a little bit more in this room. I think I got this room pretty completely, but you know what? It's a win, and I am really happy to have the win. Yeah, I got this room pretty thoroughly. All right, very nice. I actually completed a scav. Holy criminy, 54,000. Wow. And I did much better on my looting with 91 chests looted. And the one that I ran just before I started recording here was another amazing vault. So good. Why? Because I got into a mine room. My absolute favorite room in all of Vault Hunters. You know I have a little thing for ores. And while I was in there, I found a bug. So let's watch those clips right now. Oh, it's a mine room. Wow. Okay, well, I guess I'm doing this. This is probably going to kill my pickaxe. And I don't really have an extra one. My bounty. I should be able to get my bounty in this place. That's a big part. Sparkletine? Ashium. I still need only one Alexandrite, and I still need the Ashium. This is my first time. There we go. This is the first time I've discovered this room in this playthrough, and honestly, it is my favorite room because, you know, I love the ores. My poor pickaxe. And I am running out of durability fast. Nice, bomb ignite. I love these rooms. But there we go. Oh, oh, now it's gone to level 0? Wait, did I have another one? Did it somehow replace it? That's weird. I don't remember having another one. I don't know what happened. There, Sparkletine! There's my bounty. So yeah, I don't know what happened. I feel like that's a bug. You know, I feel like it shouldn't have... I don't have another one. I don't know why I do now. But I shall take it. Ooh, that's one I don't have much of. Oh, we got another level here. Nice. And it feels so weird without the mobs. This was not an Omega room before, and it is now. So it's just so quiet. It feels so weird. But I love it. I'll take it. Wow, this is also amazing. I keep saying it. I love ore rooms. I went ahead and put cobblestone into my backpack, and it is just going to completely fill up my main backpack with regular old stone. I'm certain of it. Wow. I got to really keep track of time because one can absolutely lose track of time in here. And as much as I love to complete a vault, I don't care one whit about completing a vault right now. And you know what? I think anybody else in my position would feel the same way. Now the question will be, if I break this pick, will I get another one? Because I do feel like I shouldn't have gotten this pick anyway. You know, I feel like this pick has been given to me in error. So I'm going to break it. And let's see. Although I've only got 5 minutes left and I'm starting to get a little bit worried, you know. Don't want to... There we go. And I've got another pick. Wow. There is definitely a bug. All right, a minute 50. I've had better luck than one could expect by giving the 2 free pickaxes. So that's fine. That's fine. I'll cut this vault a little bit short. I mean, I've got fruits. I could have greeted it a whole lot more, but that's okay. That's okay. If I'd really left when I got my pickaxe broke, well, it would have a whole lot less. Good vault. Didn't get the monoliths, of course, but that epic Omega room more than makes up for it. Super happy. And 20,000 XP for not completing the vaults? Very nice. Now, in the last episode, we put the wall together with all of my good stuff on there, and I'm definitely going to be using it this episode. So the really big question is, what did I get from that mine room and all of the vault doors that I mined up? So let's take a look together. I haven't seen this yet. Okay, almost a full stack of beniatites, quite a number of black opals, every single one of the player gems, so I could make a pog right here from all of that, and in general, a lot of good stuff. No Larimar, surprisingly. I do remember an update that said they took the Larimar out of the mine rooms and I think out of the crystal caves. So yeah, no Larimar at all, which honestly I could use some of. But getting some of every player gem and a full stack of beniatite is pretty darn good. Honestly, I expected maybe a little bit more, especially of the beniatite, because I really felt like I was running into that a lot. But just last episode, I was saying that I really felt like I didn't have a whole lot of beniatite, and so this will definitely fix that problem. And now, luckily, with my wall of drawers, we can just go boop, and everything is all put up. 20 extraordinary beniatites now. That's looking pretty good. Pizza Night is the one that I have the least of, but based on Pizza Night, I could make 6 pogs at this point. Not enough for an Echo Pog, although I do have the Echo ore, but that's pretty amazing. Oh, and I also completed both of my bounties, which were about mining. One was for sparkletine ore and one was for alexandrite. So let's get those claimed up. Very nice. And it put me over the edge to the next level. Nice. I think I only ran 2 vaults in between episodes. So that means 2 vaults brought me up 5 levels. The XP from that scav vault was amazing. Incredible at how much XP you get from a scav. Wow. All right. What do I get from these and from that scav loot crate? Okay. So we got a jewel and a chest plate plus whatever went into my backpack, which is a healthy amount of things went into my backpack. Definitely nice. Nothing extraordinary, but all good stuff. Now let me turn off my magnet for this, and let's see what we get from the scav crate. Ooh, I see a wand and some more jewels, a lot more jewels. Very nice. And we got quite a few pieces of gear. I think I've got one piece, yes, one other piece up here that I got in between episodes. So let's get those all identified. Nice, couple new transmogs. That could be a decent pair of legs. It's got the nice base armor. Let's see if I can get some better armor on it. But it does give more ability power, which is something that I've missed on these other leggings that I put on. Yeah, nice armor on the boots and a lot of nice ability power, but they cannot hold a candle to the legendary prefix of armor that I've got on my boots right now. Even better leggings than I've got right now, assuming I can get some armor on it, which shouldn't be a problem. And yep, that chestplate's going to be an upgrade. Looks very nice. We've crossed another tier for the armor, and they're all rolling higher values, so it's pretty easy to upgrade at this point. So yeah, wonderful. And like I said, that was only 2 vaults that gave me 5 levels. Wow. And back at the bounty table, I have a submission bounty that I've been holding on to. 60 vault apples. That'll be easy. So let's get that active and then submit and claim. Very nice. Oh, a soul flame. Huh, I don't really need them, but there we go. Soul flame and another piece of gear, which probably won't be any good. Nope, not any good. So when it's all said and done, I got a new pair of leggings at 14 armor total, which is an improvement of 3 over my current armor. But otherwise, it's very similar in terms of like the durability and the mana attributes. The sword is a pretty big improvement, going from 17 to 22 attack damage, plus it adds lucky hit, which is always nice. And the chest plate is an improvement as well, 2 armor and extra ability power. Otherwise, pretty similar on the other stats. Very nice upgrades. So I'll be rocking a new outfit in no time. But for right now, I think it's time to take a little break and do a little building. Like I said, I need to fix this mess over here. That still looks very newbie. And I've decided that I need to make this area look a little bit better as well. Yeah, it's still just plain grass, and it needs some pizzazz. We need like a nice pagoda or something with this properly centered in and around the vault portal. Well, looky here. We're back at Hoodie's house, and apparently he's decided to take down the house that I made for him. I thought he said he liked it. Oh, sad little Ozone. Nah, it's all good, and I'm just playing around. I really do hope he builds something nice, because honestly, that's kind of the fun, isn't it? I'm not really much of a builder. Ouch. I'm not really much of a builder. You all know that. But at the same time, I do enjoy it, and I think it's important, even though I'm not so good at it. All right, so what do I want to do here? Honestly, I'm not too certain. I think I want to bring this down at least 1 level, because again, I like having multiple levels, in my place. And I think I want to like make this into more of a circular type of shape. So, but I've got to do something about my steps. Maybe I need to make the circular shape beyond the steps. I think that's a pretty good start. Let me get this somewhat cleaned up and we'll go from here. You know what? All right, so here's a little step into my design process, as good or as bad as it is. So first of all, this stairs came down like right here. I filled all that in, brought the steps over a little bit more, and that'll have to be filled in a little later. And then I was started about making a nice round room here, but I decided why be symmetrical? I mean, hobbit holes aren't symmetrical, right? So I decided to skew it off a little bit to one side. And so basically I'm going to go higher definitely, and that's all that garbage up there, but I'm trying to get the shape right onto this level. And as I got over here, there's this patch of naturally generated cobblestone, and I happened to knock out this piece right here. And as I'm taking a step back, I'm looking at it and going, ooh, you know what? That looks like a fireplace. How about a nice fireplace right here in the corner? I like the idea of that. So I think the room is taking shape, and this is what I'm thinking about so far. I also made another hallway going this way to go to somewhere else. Who really knows? But it allowed this room to be in its own space, and it kind of needed to keep it separated from the interference that we had going on here, so I had to add this other hallway as some additional interference, if that makes any sense. Building is kind of challenging in many ways, but it's also fun in many ways, but it does take a lot of time. And, well, sometimes that's a challenge all on its own. All right, so I got the shape all cleaned up a little bit, and I kind of roughed in the fireplace over here. I think it looks pretty good. I'm pretty happy with the shape and the way it's looking. So let's turn our attention to the outdoors now. Earlier, I finished up this pathway up to this little area here, but I really haven't done anything else here. Now, what I am thinking is, again, another circle, like a little pagoda thing here. And I'm just kind of rough it in. Yeah, honestly, that's a pretty big circle, and I think I don't like where it's positioned overall, but I think the size is okay. I need to move it off to the side. I've got this little area here that I could definitely fill in with dirt and kind of level out a little bit more so that this whole pedestal area can move off to the side. And then I want definitely some of these like holes here to have open on the sides, and then I want to put like a domed roof right here on the middle. So yeah, that's the plan. Obviously, there's a lot of execution that needs to happen. So let me clean things up a little bit and try again. Yeah, I think that's coming together really, really well. I made the ring on top like jut out one more in all directions so that it's starting to cover it up. The four pillars is working out pretty well. I had to move like everything. I had to make the portal bigger to make it a one block center so that I could eventually put this in the center. And while it's lined up this way, it's not lined up that way, but that's easy enough to fix. Now all I got to do is figure out a dome for this and the color palette down below. But, look at me. I'm building. It doesn't happen very often, honestly. I've got to be in the right mood for it. And yeah, but this is coming along pretty well, and I like it. I think I'm going to continue to work on it in between episodes, and hopefully I can have something that is finished in the next episode. Because, of course, the other thing that I want to get done in this episode is more quest progression and more mods unlocked. With the rate of progression that you get from arcade mode, it's really hard to, I don't know, do things at a slower pace. It's just completely the antithesis of what that is. In the last episode, we left off at the modifier workbench, and I think we don't actually have that many more things to go. So let's do like 4 or 5. The modifier workbench requires some chromatic steel and another one of these artisan stations, which requires some netherite and some more chromatic steel and an anvil. Not too hard. Let's get that done. So there we go. Easy enough. And I guess I'll have to put that one up here too. I think I need to start moving my vanilla workspaces out of here. So let's go ahead and take that and move them somewhere else. Maybe over here. Boop and boop. Very good. All right, now the modifier workbench lets you put specific modifiers on gear, and they have to be modifiers that you've already uncovered. So if we wanted to specifically have extra durability, we could put this onto my sword. And you can only have one modifier like this on a piece of gear at a time, and the advancement only goes so far. Eventually, you need to find those modifiers in dungeons, and of course, that's its own set of challenges. But it's really nice because you can get the specific modifier that you're looking for on the gear when you're working on a piece of gear. So very good. Grab that, and now we get to talk about wardrobes. The wardrobe is a block that lets you swap gear, basically store all of your vault gear, and then put on all of your overworld gear with just one click. So it's a really handy thing to have, especially near your portal. But mine's outside, so it'll probably go somewhere in here. And of course, you can have more than one if you want to use more than one. But honestly, I don't see much value in having more than one. I suppose you could have one for each type of armor set that you want. You know, if you want to have a mana regen armor set, or if you want to have an ability power armor set, those kinds of things. Each one can have a different wardrobe. So let's see what these things require. Oh, a vault diamond block. That's a little rich. And an armor stand. But nevertheless, that should be no problem. Now, I actually saved some armor stands from the spruce village that I had encountered, because I knew this would be coming. Let's get some vault diamonds and get this thing crafted up. Now, like I said, I think this one I'm going to put near my door. Sure, like right there. There we go. That looks a little better. Now, eventually I'll set it up. I'm not going to worry about it right now. Let's just focus on the quests. Oh, interact with a wardrobe. Okay, so there, I've interacted with it. Now I get the quest. Next up is the skill altar, and this is one that I use quite a bit. Let's see what it costs. Ooh, 3 pieces of black chromatic steel and specifically red wool. The pouch requires specifically purple wool, but this is specifically red wool. Well, I should be able to do that. Let me get the things together. Unfortunately, I got a decent bit of black opal from that recent mine room, but I think I need 3 of these in order to make the black chromatic steel, because it's like something like this. Yes. Ouch. That hurts. Oh, look, I happen to have a single red wool in here from God knows where. But we are all set to be able to make the skill altar. And yeah, I'm glad I have freed up this lower spot here on the bottom level, because I like that to go there. Now, the skill altar is something that you use in order to change out your builds. So using the skill altar, you can remove a lot of skill points for an overall relatively small amount of regret orbs. So normally you would use 1 regret orb to remove 1 skill level of any random skill. But if you do so inside the skill altar, then it's 1/5 of the value, I think, or 1/10. Basically, the number of skill orbs that you use is 10% of your level. So currently at level 33, if I reset my skills, it would cost me 3 skill orbs, which is a far cry better than the 33 that it would take me if I were to unlearn everything that I've learned. Well, I've got some unspent skill points, but close enough anyway. You get the idea. It's a lot cheaper to use the skill altar. And there we go. We got the quest complete. Now I'm going to do something that some may consider to be a little drastic. I've got 33 orbs of regret here, and I'm going to use nearly all of them to reset all of my skills back down to what I consider to be a minimal level. I won't be all of my skill levels, but it'll be the vast majority of them. Now, I'm perfectly happy with the skills that I've got now, but I'm doing this as a way to easily reset my skills using the skill altar. And that minimum set that I'm talking about, I've determined that it's going to take me 23 skill orbs to get there. So let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, blah, 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 blah. All right. 23 regret orbs in my system. And essentially, I want to take all of my skills down to what I consider to be a bare minimum. So I'm going to learn all of the ability power, all of the haste, all of the speed. I am keeping strength as what I consider a minimum ability. Then we're going to unlearn dash and vein miner. I should have saved all this before doing this. Oh well. And 4 points of storm arrow, which will leave me only 3 points of heal, which may actually be too many, I don't know, and 3 points of strength. So now I can store this set into the skill altar, and this is basically 0. It's not completely 0, but it's basically 0, and I can easily reset to this state whenever I want for the cost of 10% of my level. It was kind of expensive now to do that, yes, because I spent 23 regret orbs, and I'm just going to turn around and spend all those points once again. But at the same time, it's an investment for the future because I can pretty easily reset my skills back to 0 level whenever I want. So let's go ahead and do that. We'll put 2 points back into speed, 2 points into haste, 4 points into intelligence. Let's get 1 into hunter. We had 4 into storm arrow, 1 in dash, and 3 in vein miner. And that takes me back to the original 5 unspent skill points that I had when I started this bit. But like I said, it's going to be really easy to reset whenever I decide to do that. But since we're here, we might as well spend those 5 skill points, and I really think it's time to go a little bit more into Hunter. It reduces the cooldown, and that's it. It doesn't increase the range, it doesn't do anything else, but it decreases the cooldown, which means that I can use it more often. Right now, when I want to use it, I basically use it in a room and then go on to the next room while I wait for the skill to cool down. If I put a few points into Hunter, I should be able to greatly reduce that time. So I think at this point, okay, we'll go 5 levels into it, leaving me 1 point left. Oh, why not? Let's put all of them into Hunter. Because, yeah, that will certainly help me with those scav vaults, which I'm sure will continue to be a problem as we continue to progress. But back to the quest, we did it, and we get our 10 regret orbs as a reward for it. And the other nice thing about the skill altar here is that you can store all of your regret orbs in it so that they don't take up room in a chest or a drawer or something. And the next one is the transmogrification table. I think we can do that. Let's see what that takes to do. Ooh, it takes an enchanting table and some chromatic steel. Not that bad. There we go. So I'm really glad I saved one of those enchanting tables from the vault. I'm going to have to save another one in order to make the vault enchanter when we get to that quest. But all things considered, it's not that bad. And we've got another quest complete. Nope, we've got to interact with it first. Oh my thing is pretty full. All right, so I've got one more slot right here, and now we can interact with it. There we go, quest complete. Now the transmogrification table is a really cool little table because it lets you change the appearance of your various armor pieces. So if you unlock a special set and you really like that one, well, you can just use the transmogrification table to change it. And when you get that next piece of gear and it's a different transmog than you want, you can just change it for the cost of a little bronze. It's not all that expensive, and it really helps with customization. And speaking of bronze, we get some bronze for completing this quest. So the next quest is to apply a seal to a crystal, which I've already done. Oh well, I guess we need to do that again just for this quest, which is probably fine, because I think that's probably enough quest progression for this episode anyway. And it's getting time to run a vault. But before we go run a vault, I want to do some more knowledge improvements. And the thing that I want this time is I want a better potion. So this one's only going to cost us 2, and the next one's going to cost us 5 more. But I do happen to have 7 knowledge stars. So let's go ahead and use all those up, and then learn potions, and then... Oh, I can't math. I need 2 more. Oh well. Well, we got potions. The vial is good, but potions is going to be better, and I do feel like I'm going to be using the potions more and more as the vaults progress. Let's see. We got, the auto-feeding upgrade. This is super handy. Yeah, let's get the auto-feeding upgrade too. So the feeding upgrade is really handy, and I was excited to go for it because it will just automatically give you food. And since we're always finding vault sweets from the vault, that's basically an infinite amount of food. All you got to do is have your pouch on you where you've got the vault sweets, configure it to auto feed that to you, and you will never have to worry about stopping and eating. It'll just automatically happen, which is so very convenient. Now, I suppose I should have looked to see what it was going to take before I took the upgrade, but I think we're pretty good. The glistering melon, I think, is a vanilla recipe, yeah, but the golden apple is not. That's going to take a vault apple and a few blocks of gold. That may be a problem. I've got some, but that's going to be close. Barely enough. Only 6 left. Oh my gosh. And so with a little bit of finagling, I had to craft up the melon. We got this together. Now, it is particularly important to note that this is packed vault meat. Not just a vault meat block, a packed vault meat block. So that takes quite a bit of vault meat in order to get, but we really haven't been using vault meat for anything else, so there we go. Oh, I don't have any slots available. I definitely need the stack upgrade, and I definitely need the pickup upgrade. Well, that's fine. I do have a slot in my main backpack, and I can just put my carrots into my main backpack and configure the feeding upgrade to feed me golden carrots. So I think we just do that, make the golden carrots show up in there, and allow. Well, that seems like what we need to do. I guess we'll have to wait until later on and make sure that it actually works. But yeah, it's a really big convenience level thing to have it auto feed. I mean, so handy. Well, this is going to be a problem. 2 more golden apples in order to craft the pacifist potion. Ooh, yeah, definitely not going to be able to do that without going and doing some mining, so that'll have to wait until in between episodes. Well, it looks like I'm going to have to make do with the vial for a little bit longer. But, oh well, we got some stuff done. And since we're already on a point spending spree, let's put our second point into Fortuitous Finesse, giving me a total of a 5% chance of a legendary modifier on my new gear, which, like I've said before, legendary is huge. They are significantly better than the regular modifiers. But if you recall, the reason that we're going to run this vault is because we had to apply a seal to a crystal. So we've got this seal that we had from the last time, so we might as well run another scavenger vault. Now, do I expect this to go as well? No, I don't. But hopefully with my improved hunter ability, I hope that I can complete this vault. That's always the goal anyway. Well, let's get suited up and get ready to go. All right, well, let's see what we can do in this here vault. Well, okay, another scav wins the day. Yeah, the additional levels of Hunter just didn't really do it. It was the curse of the drown hide. Once again, I could not find the living chests that I needed in order to complete the scav. So frustrating! But the point was to complete the quest. And so, wait a minute. Oh, we have to apply a seal of the architect. Not just any seal, but specifically a seal of the architect. Well, that is a horse of a different color. And definitely something that we're going to have to do in the next episode. That's going to be a little bit more involved. And well, sadly, that is all the time we have in this episode. Now, I do want to talk about the future of this series. My plan all along was to reset the server and do something different when beta was released. And beta is just around the corner. I recently did a video on my channel about the latest news about the beta release, and I've heard it from Iskal in a couple different forms that it should be very, very soon. So let me know in the comments, what do you think should be the quote end game goal for this server? Should we get through all of the rest of the quests? They are a little bit more involved each one and does require getting to level 50. Now, I've no doubt that we can get to level 50 pretty quickly, but it would require me to run a fair few vaults in between time. Or could you think of something else? Quite honestly, I can't. So that's why I'm asking. But for now, we're going to have to wrap things up. So I'll just say, please give the video a like and subscribe because that is always oh so useful. And once again, I truly thank everybody for your support. I like making videos. It's really important to me, and I'm really grateful that other people are enjoying them as well. So with that said, I'll say be excellent to each other. I'm out.